Welcome back, everyone. We're getting you ready for the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange. It is set to ring here in just a few minutes. Here's a quick look at the futures board. As you can see from top to bottom, looking pretty good. We'll take you, though, to the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange here in just a little bit and give you a sense of where the markets are actually standing on this first day of trading of the week. All of that coming up shortly. First, though, let's get you over to David Brody. David, good morning.
Good morning, T. Bates. All right, time now for our daily dose of dollars and common sense. Joining us now with what you need to know about keeping your hard-earned dollars in your wallet is the founder of Stormwall Advisors, Michael Wilkerson. Michael, good morning to you. So let's talk about the big news. Obviously, is Maduro's ousting in Venezuela, and that, of course, has the world's largest. They have the world's largest oil reserves. So analysts are saying that ousting Maduro won't have a big impact on the energy markets, at least not now. Here was Secretary of State Marco Rubio speaking about oil and all of this yesterday. Have a look.
We don't need Venezuela's oil. We have plenty of oil in the United States. What we're not going to allow is for the oil industry in Venezuela to be controlled by adversaries of the United States. You have to understand, why does China need their oil? Why does Russia need their oil? Why does Iran need their oil? They're not even in this continent. This is the Western Hemisphere. This is where we live. And we're not going to allow the Western Hemisphere to be a base of operation for adversaries, competitors, and rivals of the United States.
Michael, curious to get your take. By the way, on a separate note, I watched Rubio on all those Sunday shows yesterday. What a masterclass, FYI. But go ahead.
He did an amazing job. I think the thing that we have to realize here, there are two issues going on. One, the geopolitics, two, the geoeconomics, the impact to the markets. You asked about that. Let me hit that first to say that Venezuela is irrelevant to us today. America has a lot of oil. Prices are low. It's unfortunate because when the communists took over under Hugo Chavez, Venezuela's oil industry fell apart. They used to produce 3 to 3.5 million barrels a year. That fell to about 800,000, roughly at 25% of their capacity, because they expropriated and nationalized all of the oil companies that were there to help them extract this very heavy crude that is not easy to clean and not easy to use. In the long run, having more oil on the market will help keep prices low. That's great for American consumers. It will help stabilize those markets internationally. More importantly, Secretary Rubio's point is that this is our neighborhood. And, you know, when you don't have a fence around your farm and your neighborhood, the wolves come in. And we've seen over the last few years, the wolves come in and they've taken advantage of our livestock and our children, so to speak. And that needed to stop. And Venezuela is one of the main outposts of that flow of drugs, of other things, and military capability that was being built up there over time. So this is about realpolitik, and the benefit to the market should be favorable.
What about the real time on all of this? In other words, do you see the markets being affected in the next week or two, or is this going to take some time to kind of have everything kind of figured out as to what the next moves are here? Because you got oil companies that have to figure out. I'm sure they want to go down there, obviously, but then again, that oil infrastructure is just in tatters. So this is going to take some time. I'm curious to kind of get your timetable on all of this.
Yeah, I think the only short-term effect is a psychological one. And as you appreciate, that could go up or down, favorable or unfavorable. It's going to take 3 to 5 years to really get the production capacity back online. So no actual tangible effect in the next couple of years.
All right. Well, Michael Wilkerson, great to have you. You know, we had so much other discussion points today on other topics, but thanks a lot, Nicolas Maduro. You messed up the segment, but we'll take that. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right. Great advice from Michael Wilkerson. We'll have him back. Let's head back to T. Bates now in Denver for a very important opening bell. I'm looking forward to it. And it's at the New York Stock Exchange. It's also sponsored by AMAT.